The Clear Creek Sheriff's Office is now investigating a suspicious death in Idaho Springs. Thanks for joining us. I'm Evan Krugel. It comes after a community-organized search party found the body. 9 News reporter Rhea Jha shares the latest on their investigation in Idaho Springs.
Tonight, the Clear Creek County coroner identified the man as Paul Peavy. Peavy was reported missing on Wednesday, and I spoke with one of his close friends who organized the search party this morning. He said this shouldn't have been the community's responsibility.
There had to be 50 of us, but yes, within 3 minutes, we had located the body.
Conducting a search party is not how Bruce Boynton, the owner of Pickaxe Pizza in Idaho Springs, would normally spend his Saturday morning.
Customers would have been in here enjoying music and pizza and maybe a cold beer, but we had more important things to do this morning.
It's been 3 days since he reported his friend Paul Peavy missing. Earlier this week, he went up to Paul's property and things were not normal.
His puppies are missing. His equipment's missing. Anything of value is gone.
Bruce said Paul was a breeder and 13 of his puppies were missing from his home. Clear Creek Sheriff's Office said they sent a deputy to search the property on Thursday but didn't find any bodies.
If the situation and the information we learned that a person was endangered, certainly we would have a larger team here, but that was not the information that we received.
After getting no answers from law enforcement, Bruce knew he had to do something for his friend.
We had talked and we decided, let's go search the property.
They went up there on Saturday morning. Within minutes, they found Paul.
Tossed over the hill and covered up with sticks, stones, and debris. Nothing that anyone wants to see in their life.
After the discovery, Bruce had everyone from the search party at his restaurant.
I guess you can consider this a wake at this point.
Saying this isn't how they should have spent their Saturday.
It sucks that we had to go find our friend. It's something that you think that the authorities would have taken care of.
The Clear Creek County Sheriff's Office said they are now investigating this death as a homicide, but currently there is no threat to the public. Reporting in Idaho Springs, Rhea Jha, 9 News.
A lot of questions still to be answered there. Thanks, Rhea. It was another hot summer day in Colorado. We hit 90 degrees once again, but we're keeping an eye on some storms that could make their way across the state. Weather Impact Team meteorologist Lauren Robinson is keeping a close eye on those storms. And Lauren, how's it looking out there tonight?
Yeah, some areas still seeing those scattered showers and storms, but the entire northeastern corner of the state drying out as we go through the rest of the evening. So we're not ruling out the possibility of a few more raindrops through the overnight hours, but overall we're going to be drying out, making way for a drier start to our Sunday. Lots of cloud cover, temperatures a tad bit cooler than what we saw today, likely maxing out in the upper 80s. And then we do have another round of those afternoon and evening storms pushing through late tomorrow. So I'll have details on all of that, plus the cooler 7-day forecast ahead. You'll want to stay tuned.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Lauren. Well, tonight, Aurora police are investigating a shooting that left one person dead. It happened on the corner of East Colfax and Havana Street. Police say when they got there, they found a man who had been shot multiple times. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Police say the person who shot him left the scene. As of tonight, police still do not have anyone in custody. Police believe the shooter and victim knew each other. The incident is still under investigation. Fire crews are trying to figure out what started a warehouse fire in Commerce City this morning. It happened at 60th and Vasquez Boulevard around 7 o'clock. You can see that huge plume of smoke. South Adams Fire says they were able to contain the flames within a few hours. One firefighter was taken to the hospital, but they have since been released. Crews did stay on the scene to monitor hotspots. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. The search continues for a stray dog in Denver who may have been shot in the face. Denver Animal Protection says they've been trying to catch this dog you're looking at since April. On Thursday, they received reports from people near Tejon and Alameda that the dog had been shot. Officers have set traps for the dog, but say he's extremely smart, elusive, and skittish. They're hoping to trap him as quickly as possible so he can receive the medical care he needs.
Fortunately, this dog is super smart. He is very aware of what we look like, what our trucks look like. Anybody with a leash, he just takes off. And so we have tried to go over there and catch him. But we're kind of realizing we're going to need to step up our game, so we're actually teamed up with a search and rescue group who's going to bring down a different type of trap to set for the dog today.
Now, the dog has been spotted all over the city, but recently has been hanging out in the Athmar Park area. That's where he was spotted once again today. Officers say if you see this dog, do not chase it. Instead, call animal protection as quickly as you can. Big news in Colorado politics today. The state's Republican Party chairman is out and a new one is in. Dave Williams and other party leaders were voted out as leadership of the Colorado GOP. It comes just 2.5 months out from Election Day. El Paso County Republican Vice Chairman Todd Watkins finally got the votes he needed to remove Williams. But current party leadership says they will not recognize the results of today's meeting. Meanwhile, Republican Party members have voted on who will now lead the state party, and it's Eli Bremer. He says he's ready to get to work.
We're going to be setting up an office, appointing staff, just getting things running again that haven't been running. I think the donors are excited about this. I know that our candidates are excited. They're excited to have a chairman and a party that is working for them. That's been a big issue. Today, that all changes. The Colorado Republican Party is unified, and we're going to support all our candidates.
All eyes are now on the meeting next Saturday. That's Labor Day weekend. People there voted to cancel that meeting, but current ousted leadership still thinks there will be a meeting to talk about what was voted on today. As usual, it's likely this all ends up in court again. Americans could soon catch a break when it comes to interest rates. This week, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell laid out his monetary policy forecast in Wyoming, and all signs point to interest rate cuts. Economic experts expect the cuts to start next month, but it's still not clear by how much. The Fed initially started hiking rates to battle the highest inflation in decades as the world tried to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic.
4.5 years after COVID-19's arrival, the worst of the pandemic-related economic distortions are fading. Inflation has declined significantly. The labor market is no longer overheated, and conditions are now less tight than those that prevailed before the pandemic.
The current unemployment rate also has many people anticipating an even bigger interest rate cut than what may have been planned. The Fed's next policy meeting is set for mid-September. Many college students are heading back to school, and for a second year, their financial aid is being delayed. According to the Department of Education, the application process for student aid was supposed to be much simpler this year, but the process ended up being plagued with technical errors. The new FAFSA site still isn't ready, and the Department of Education has delayed the October 1st rollout until December while they test the new version. They say fixing the process is their top priority right now.
We got to do better, and we're going to do better. It's going to be simpler, 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. So I am confident that we're going to do it.
For now, the Department of Education suggests visiting studentaid.gov for updates on the financial aid process. School is also back in session in Boulder Valley, and students there are riding to class in style this year. The district has 2 new electric school buses on the road, with plans to grow that number by the end of the year. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch has more on the efforts towards sustainability.
As Colorado focuses on limiting its carbon footprint, school districts are putting diesel-fueled buses in the rearview mirror.
We feel it's a priority to make the earth cleaner for our students and our families, and this is one thing that we can do to try to clean up our air.
Amy Thompson is the Boulder Valley School District Safe Routes to School Coordinator. She says the district was the first in Colorado to put an electric school bus on the road, and it's only gone up from there.
9 electric buses currently in the fleet and 4 more on order.
Some simple math. This is a story about school buses after all. That equals a fleet of 13 electric buses. Thompson says each bus gets the district closer to its goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 14%.
A nice transition, a rewarding transition, and we're going to keep expanding.
State lawmakers created a $65 million fund for schools to support the switch in 2022. Districts are using that money to buy new buses and maintain them.
We've had to work with our partners at Xcel Energy to get the infrastructure installed underground, to get the electricity to the charging stations, get those installed.
But Thompson says more than electricity is needed to fuel the future of sustainability.
all of our families can make a difference in making our air cleaner. The electric buses and the buses play a role, and families' individual choices also play an important role in keeping our air clean and the area around our schools safe.
Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Researchers at the University of Michigan found switching to electric buses impacted both air quality and student health. A public health professor there says diesel exhaust can be bad for kids with asthma, causing them to potentially miss school. Boulder Valley District leaders say around 5,000 students ride the bus.